sports. Coming up, we've got Aaron Rodgers. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Packers and the Chargers. All that and more. Coming up next.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go from Lambeau. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? First carry now for A.J. Dillon. Breakaway this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Again, it's Dillon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Rodgers. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 88 yards.
And they've already clinched the playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game, because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy?
He's got a man, complete. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking,
touchdown, Chargers! Josh Palmer, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Chargers have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Aaron Rodgers and the Packer offense back out onto the field. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. They run again with Dillon. Room here to run. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for the 1st with Dillon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. after one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run once more with Dillon. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Hands it off out of the gun. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Herbert's throw is caught here by Anderson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Marcus Peters up to make the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The Chargers had 12-3 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Herbert back to the air. Touchdown! His first touchdown of the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. As A.J. Dillon, such a powerful runner, ready to lead this offense again on this next series. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Nasir Adderley that time making the tackle. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Throwing on 2nd down, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. That is caught by Anderson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 32 on the play. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time.
Touchdown, Chargers! Josh Palmer with a touchdown reach on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense and the win column.
And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by Anderson. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Herbert. Touchdown! There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Packer offense heading back for one final first-half drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've reached halftime. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture in the AFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Williams brings it in. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. On first down, Justin Herbert. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Pressure comes and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
That'll be caught by Anderson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So the 4th down conversion sets him up with this. 1st and 10 at the 40. And he's got room. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. And right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Dillon now off the option. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. On 2nd down, Dillon. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
But now he appears to be in some pain. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Brought down that time by Quay Walker. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. It's Eckler again. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's into the hands of Powell. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that the
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Steps under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Chargers ready to take over. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And it's a fumble. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from knocking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Rashawn Slater, 1st-round pick in 2021, guilty there. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for L.A. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on 2nd down, Rodgers. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. That pass complete to Moore. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And the Packers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Powell. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. Now it's Rodgers. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And that will be incomplete as time has